Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome back. We're live again on Monday night. Let's see here. Make sure everything's working. Let's do some quick housekeeping here. Make sure this is popping up and everything's working. Systems. Just want to make sure we got sound, all that good stuff going on. The right spot here. There we are. All right. Looks like we're good. Looks like we're live. Looks like we got Cooley here. Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing, Cooley? Good to see you. I can hear you. All right, good deal. I'm running thin on equipment tonight just because I gotta have my desk torn down, so I'm just using laptop microphone and uh, audio. I guess will be through my headphones like usual. But yeah, just kind of running thin. One screen, no fancy setup tonight. So what we got going on? So let's jump into some Sony Alpha rumors real quick and get through with what's new here. Let me get in here and share the screen. This is hard on one window. You know that? Let's see. There we go. Share that. All right. We should be seeing. There we go. All right. So let's get down through. So working backwards tonight. New 15 f1.4 Sony E fisheye lens coming. They're also showing maybe a 500 5.6. Be interesting. Let's see. Get down to some Sony stuff. Yeah, the A9III I think started shipping. I haven't been seeing if anybody's done any videos on it. Let's see what it is. New firmware update for the Sony 104 GM and Venice 2. Add support for continuous shooting with AF/AE tracking. The maximum 120 images a second when used with the 9 Mark III. Fix an issue where after updating to version 4, the autofocus and manual focus do not work after setting the camera shooting mode to S&Q mode or 4K video mode. Interesting. Still one of my favorite lenses I still don't have. The Venice I don't even know. I'm not even beginning to go over this thing. Let's see here. That's a big deal. Sony's refurbished gear sold on Amazon, $1,200 off for this one. I don't know if I'd buy a refurbished camera from Sony. I mean, just say, or not from Sony, but Sony, yes, I would buy it. That actually sounds pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm guessing that's on the fisheye. I got to jump back and forth here to see what's going on. We're going to keep this going here. Finally, CFA finally shared a list of VPG verified CFast Express Type A cards, and here are the recommended cards for your Sony cameras. Well, if you need a CFast Type Express, I guess this is your answer right here. Interesting. The minimum of 200 megabytes a second write speed on the higher read cards, or the higher capacity cards, I should say. I'm just looking for Sony stuff right now. I've been kind of quiet this last couple weeks. I jumped on the front porch and shot a bird at the feeder on high plus 248 photos, and it took 6 minutes 15 seconds to buffer, 2 minutes 24 seconds to load into Lightroom, and just needed 700 of these cards. And that's a shot of a bird right there. Interesting. New Lindsay F12 mini camera flash speedlight for Sony cameras. It says I'd be tempted to hook up with that new Fuji 100 megapixels camera. Yeah, that's a. Is it the Sony sensor in that one? Do you know? Bill Trucks 135 1.8 LAB lens. I've been so busy. I have not had time to even think about some of the stuff in here. Now in stock for the first time in the USA, so it made in stock. It's interesting. I wonder what the pre-orders actually look like. New leaks and more from an upcoming Sigma 500 5.6. Okay. So it's kind of a basic looking mount there. Sony compact primes. What do we got here? Confirmed. Sony 24 to 50 f2.8 will be announced on February 21st. That's awfully close to my birthday. I think I'll be liking one of them. I actually just got done reviewing the Sony 20 to 70 f4, and I'm actually surprised on how much I actually like that lens. That lens really, having my 24 105 here, and I actually just returned the 20 to 70 today, but the 24 105, is a great lens for just general all around stuff. But I'm actually amazed at how much I actually prefer the 20 to 70 over it. And I've got a couple videos I'm gonna be working on here to get that out. So I'll leave it for that. But I'm actually am decently surprised with it. Yeah, more of the Sigma 500 5.6. Well, I think that's as far enough back as I'm going to go. Oh, Zeiss announced the 6 new Cine E-mount lenses, the 18, 24, 35, 50, 75, and 100 T15s. So one lens is $4,500. Jeez. That sounds like a deal. Reliable rumors coming soon. Oh, yes, it's later on. We've already probably read them then. All right, that's enough of that. We'll close out of that mess. All right, so yeah, the 20 to 70. I'm actually really surprised that it how versatile that lens is. I was really decently. I mean, the width on the 20 is what really sold me on it, because the 24 105 for everything on the full frame works great. I use it on the FX30, and I'm used to shooting a 36 millimeter, 35 millimeter for a lot of the video work. For a lot of the work I do at this 24 millimeter, having that 20 and that extra width to about 30 millimeter really made a huge difference, I thought, in what you could cover, and still be able to go to basically 105 on the 70 millimeter. Plus, you got clear optical zoom to go a little further. I really liked it. A 24 to f2.8 24 to 50 is a nice lens, but what's the point of it? I guess there's so many lenses out there starting with 24 millimeter. Um, I would like to see it, be like the 20 a 20 to 50. I think that would be a sweet range. Um, it's a 2.8 though. A 24 to 50 2.8. That's a nice lens. No. I don't want to say it. Hands down. That's good setup. So yeah, that would be the ideal. I think is like a 20 to 50 would be cool if it was that 24 to 50. I don't know. I don't know about that one. All right, let's see here. What else do we have? So, the title of this live tonight is "Should You Prove Your Work?" And I got this idea from a local photographer, from a buddy of mine here. I've been trying to. I want him to come on live, but the time schedule doesn't really work out ever for us. But he made a post the other day showing his work, And then he made a behind the scenes post from his camera phone, taking the picture of his camera taking that shot. And the idea behind it is to prove that it was actually there with the camera to take that shot, and to do that to combat AI generated images. So I thought that'd be a good topic to get into, and I wanted to discuss that a little further with everybody tonight. And if you come on or you're in the chat, let me know what your thoughts are behind that. Should photographers start proving their work by having a behind the scenes shot? Nikon used to make an 18 to 50, I think it was. Well, the 18 to 50 is it a full frame in the Nikon? Because it's a common APS-C focal range is the 18 to 50. Cool. We'll go ahead and get you in here if you want to join in. Let me get a link out here. Right, there you go. Let's see a minute to get in. Let's see if we get anybody else coming in tonight. Some nights are really quiet, and some nights are they got good traction. I never know what I'm going to get. Kind of weird. Just do some other stuff. Check something real quick. Interesting. I think it was a shit lens. I think it was APC. Get some APC. Yeah. I think that's what it is. This Sony. Let's see if I can dig up some more images on it here real quick. Sony 24 to 50 28G lens. No, that's all right, everybody. Welcome Cooley to the stage. Hey, Cooley.
Hey, I used my phone this time because that way I was typing some stuff for something else I'm doing. So I'm kind of doing like 3 things at once here.
Right.
So yeah, that man, I'm really starting to dig that Fuji. Was it 100 megapixel? It's just the freaking camera's amazing.
How much is it?
A little over $7,000.
Okay, all right. Well, that's the standard camera price these days.
Yeah. Like it only hurts when you write the check.
Right.
But well, I've been like watching this one guy on YouTube. He's like I guess a rep for a bunch of different companies, photography, like camera stuff and things like that. And but he was showing his case one time. Like how they do like what's in my case. He had 4 of those things.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, he had this big giant like case. I think it was a what's that one that they always advertise that goes on airplanes and all that stuff. But anyway, he had 4 of those. He must have had like 8 lenses. It was just nuts, you know.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Good day, Roy. Roy's here in the chat.
Well, he should join us too.
Yeah. Well, I got the link out there. Let me know if you want to get in there. The link's there. If not, I'll send another one. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on proving your work with the AI element out there in the world?
I don't know. I mean, I try to keep a pretty unique style, so I don't know if it helps me or hurts me,
Yeah, it's interesting because and I wanted him. I've been wanting him to come on for since I've been doing live. I've invited him to come on live here, and then
Mhm.
Roy says I'm in the middle of a shoot right now, and he's here on my live. Hey, there's dedication right there.
No kidding. We give him 5 stars.
Yeah. No,
It's too bad.
understandable, but
Too
like,
bad
yeah,
Robert's not listening. You know.
yeah, he pops in randomly sometimes. Never know. I don't know
Yeah.
what he's been busy grinding out those videos, and I've been filming a lot. I just can't get. I can't. I just man, I just cannot sit down to edit. And it's like I went all weekend. I didn't come up here in the studio. It was actually pretty nice.
I've
I,
had those days.
I came up here to just like go through the attic and get some stuff, and that was it. I tried to stay somewhat productive. We had a really nice 70-degree something day, Saturday, and
Oh
I
wow.
got some work done in the garage, and just cleaning up, and then Saturday or Sunday it went to cold, but yeah, we had some chores to take care of Sunday, and just didn't do much. I got home, was lazy, fell asleep on the couch for a couple hours, and
There you go.
just taking it easy. So
It's,
yeah,
it's it's good to get those power naps in, man. Let me tell you.
yeah, no kidding. So yeah, I came up here. I was planning on either coming up to at least edit or go live tonight. And then when you messaged me, I'm like, yeah, I'll just go live.
Mm,
It's been, I think, 2 weeks, hasn't it? I don't know. Even I
yeah.
don't think I was here last week.
I think. Oh, okay. Because I know. I think I missed one because I was just like I was busier than a one-arm paper hanger. So anyway,
Pretty sure. Let me look. I'm pretty sure I didn't go live last week. I can't even remember. It's how bad it is.
everything starts blending in. I can't
It
believe how many.
does.
I can't believe how many YouTubers are just kind of like saying, we're not going to do this anymore." You know.
It's been a trend lately, and it for one part, it opens up the board for what was this for? Oh yeah, it's been 2 weeks. It opens up the avenues for smaller YouTubers to come and step in and start earning a position in the YouTube realm.
Hmm.
And it's interesting because there's websites out there that track your ranking and all that.
Hmm.
And while my channel is very insignificant and small at its 1,400 plus subscribers, which I mean, I say it's small. It's amazing that I have 1,400 people that subscribe to me and come and watch my content, and it's humbling. It, that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people to be outreach to, and
Yeah.
but it's in the grand scheme of things considered small and maybe insignificant, and it's just something I do as a side hobby, but it's interesting that it's got the potential to go somewhere, or it's got something to happen.
Yeah.
But but the proving your work. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight. Was just to kind of see, you're proving your work against AI, or giving proof that you were there to take the photograph or whatever. I mean, what proof do we have that you clicked the shutter on a camera at all, other than the camera
True.
could have your copyright data in it or anything like that? What, you know, how do you prove that? I mean, I've proven some of my shots because I've caught them on video, but nothing that has ever had to be like proven that it's my photograph, other than you might own the raw, you know.
Hmm.
Um, But I think it's interesting on the aspect of AI. Like, hey, my camera was actually sitting here at this location. This is the lighting, the way it looked like, and this is the shot I got. Obviously,
Hmm.
you can take an edit really far and find, really change the scene. But is it getting to a point where, as photographers, should we be taking those behind the scenes shots to prove our work? And maybe this only comes down to like the landscape photographers, the guys out there by themselves doing it. Like.
Hmm.
I know if I trek out into the desert, into the dark skies, and shoot some Milky Way photos, nobody was there with me. Nobody saw what I was doing. Nobody saw. It's just a you know the trust thing. I think with photographers, I don't think anybody's ever questioned. Well, that's probably a bad way to put it. I don't think anybody's ever really truly like questioned anybody of their photographs unless there's obviously just something off or they've seen the image somewhere else.
I don't know.
But yeah, it was an interesting concept, and that he posted his photos on Facebook, and then he had to put a post of here's my camera taking the picture of it. That's interesting. I hit him up and says, "Hey man, we got to talk about this on live one night." He goes, "Man, my schedule just don't let me stay up past 8."
Yeah, I need a lot of beauty sleep.
Yeah. So figured I'd bring it up this week, but yeah, if anybody comes in the comments wants to talk about that, let me know what your thoughts are on it. I'm curious to see what people's perspective is.
I think it's kind of a drag, though. You have to prove that you did that image. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's definitely it's something else you have to do, and it's like, should you should it be coming to a point where you have to do something like that?
Uh, so Wednesday I'm doing a Valentine's shoot. I went and
Oh
grabbed the
yeah.
background and stuff, and uh, I was tempted. I didn't do it because Amazon couldn't guarantee me the delivery date. I found these little 4x6 printer selfies. It's Canon selfie, and what it does is it obviously uh, you print your stuff on location. It's like a kind of really small um, on-site printer.
Hmm.
And but the cool part is it does a not a barcode. What am I thinking of? The QR code.
QR.
Yeah, it puts a QR code on the bottom corner of the print, and then they can scan and either order, go to your website and order more, or just put your copyright information, your phone number on there, whatever. But that was
That's
kind of
cool.
slick.
Yeah.
It's kind of like making little business cards for everybody.
Right. Right. That's cool.
No, no, and then they go home, take scissors, and cut the QR code off and put it in a frame somewhere. So,
I did when I first started out. I was going around like the parks and the different places that photograph, and just hit up random people out for a walk, or say, "Hey, you guys want to photograph?" And I take their picture and I go home, edit it, and send it off to them in an email. And I thought that was fun, cool way to
when
kind
they
of.
were when they were having concerts in Chicago, what I would do, like downtown Chicago, what I would do is I had a minivan at the time, and I had a little inverter that or battery pack that I ran my die-set printer off of. And what I did
Mhm.
was and my laptop, and what I did was I'd take the picture and I said, "Hey, do you want the picture? Oh, okay. Give me $10. I'll make you a little 5x7." I'd go pop open the back of my minivan, print the print right then and there, hand it to them, close the tailgate, and go off do my thing again.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how much money I made that time, but anyway,
Yeah.
it
Um,
was $10, man. They just like, okay, here.
my dad used to have those video photo printers. I don't know if you ever saw those, or like you take a video image and grab a still out of it and it would print it out.
Oh, okay.
Well, Sony made them for a while, like a little video print thing.
I used to have I forget what they called it, but what it would do is it would let you had like it was called a PhotoVix, and what it did was you ran the images through there, you made a slideshow there, and then put it on like a VCR tape. Back when they did VCR tapes, and
Hmm.
that's how you gave the proofs to the bride or whoever whatever you were doing the images for.
That's interesting.
Uh,
Yeah, I've been. I'm trying to think of a way to. I know my buddy he always wanted to get like a printer van and set up a mobile photography studio out of it with a nice big Canon printer in it.
Yeah,
go around, do like sporting events, but then print all the photos right there for people. You
I did
know,
that too. I did that with uh they'd had I went over to a and they were kind of like they wouldn't give me the contract for the to do the pictures for the league. So what I did one day is I had had a nice sized minivan, same thing, put the printer in the back, made the prints on location for them, and I did pretty decent with that too. But it was just like kind of a tough road to hoe there.
hmm yeah, I imagine it'd be the time it takes to process and print it might hurt that business to people wanting
Yeah,
to be instant.
I mean, I was getting everything done in like a little over 5 minutes. I mean, I had everything down to a really efficient art. You know what I mean? But
Right, right.
yeah. And then I decided the high school my daughter was going to, she wasn't playing tennis that year, but they had a big tennis match thing there where they had all the schools come in there and it was, and they played each other and stuff like that. And I went in there and I started taking pictures. Same thing. But this time I ran an extension cord from I found there where they had a plug. So I plugged in an extension cord and then my windows, my van would like vent out like that. So what I would do is I ran the extension cord in there. I was running everything, the laptop that I brought the images up on, and the printer off of that, and I was like making location prints for everybody. I was rocking and rolling. Well, the athletic director comes over to me and says, "Excuse me, but you can't do that." I'm like, "What?" NCAA is a copyrighted whatever it was, and you can't do that. I'm like, that's not that's I anyway. I played nice, but I didn't want to. But
Right. Yeah, it's
and the
I
funny part was
don't
gonna give the money back to the school anyway. So you know,
right, right. Yeah, people get weird with cameras around sometimes. They're more common nowadays,
yeah.
but still they still have copyright issues for
hmm
people complaining about it.
Well, it wasn't that people complained about it. It was the head of the high school athletic association, uh, the guy that was there, who's the athletic director for the school, was the one that came down on me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of events where they do that kind of stuff and have no problems at all. Leave it to
Right.
me.
Yeah, it's always somebody wanting to mess up what you got going on.
Yeah, they want their piece, and even though you plan on giving their piece, they still flip an attitude.
Yeah, I was out testing that 20 to 70. If I went to one of the college across the way from me, and it had there's a duck pond over there. So I thought, I'll just go to the duck pond and shoot something just to get a quick basic landscape scene to show the differences between the two lenses I was testing. And I'm
hmm
about like 2 minutes from wrapping up what I was going to say and everything going on. And this family pulls up in their car and they're getting unloaded. And I knew they were in the parking lot. But, anyways, I'm sitting there talking to the camera. And I've got the camera like a good 20, 30 feet away from me, showing kind of the scene and myself standing in it. And all of a sudden, this like, I feel this tug on my shirt. And I look back, and there's nothing there. I'm looking around, nothing. And finally, I turn all the way around, and there's this like little, I don't know, 4-year old kid that ran up on me, just like grabbing my shirt randomly.
You're like, what?
I'm like, hey, how's it going? What you doing? And then the family walked, right past me as I was finishing up the scene, and I was talking, and it's gotten to a point where I'm pretty comfortable talking to myself and the camera, and around other
Mhm.
people necessarily. I try to avoid it when I can because it's kind of awkward, but mainly I just don't want them to distract what I've got going on or have them in the thing. But I was at the point of like I'm almost like done with this whole thing. I had like just a couple things left to say, so I finished up and I said, hey, just so you know, I'll film a YouTube video. You guys walk through it, so you guys are in this video. If You guys are okay with that?" And they said yes. I said, "All right," because otherwise I'm going to ask you. I said I was going to ask them, "Can you give me 2 minutes to step out of the frame real quick so I can finish what I was doing?" But they were cool with it, and I thought, "Well, you're going to be in my video because it's in public space, you know." But I at least tell people
Surprise.
I'm going to show up on YouTube, so I'll probably blur the kids and then just let the people walk through. Just adds more work. But then from there I moved and it was a better shot anyway, so maybe I don't even need that first bit.
Hmm.
But yeah, I
So,
need to work on.
so what'd you think of the Super Bowl?
I didn't watch it.
Eh?
Nah, I never follow sports. I knew enough to know that it was the 49ers and the Chiefs in it,
Yeah,
and through work today I found out who won.
it was a decent game, I have to admit, though.
I heard that it was a good game, and they went into overtime. Those are the good ones to watch that I've
Mhm.
seen in the past. But yeah, people that always asked me if I was watching. I'm like, yeah, yeah. It's the Raiders are in it, aren't they?
Hey, though, did you see that new state? Well, you didn't. The LA Raiders have a new stadium, and it looks wicked cool. And you know what they nicknamed the Raiders Stadium?
What's that?
The Death Star.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know what? It kind of almost looks like one. You know that big eyeball they got in the middle of Vegas?
Yeah.
They kind of did the same thing around the edges of the stadium.
I can find it here.
It does look cool though. So I may become a Raiders fan because they got the cool stadium.
Yeah. Well, at the Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, isn't it?
Huh? Allegiance, I think it's called.
Allegiant
Yeah,
Stadium.
yeah,
Yeah, it's in Vegas.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody I've talked to though said as far as a city, Vegas. Of course, they got everybody coming there to gamble, but um, I guess they're doing like really phenomenal now as far as their economy.
Yeah. I don't know how the Formula One all panned out with everything once it was said and done. I haven't really researched it, but
Hmm.
um, the city's doing well. I mean, it's a lot cleaner than it was in the past,
Yeah.
especially at least down the strip. I don't know about the rest of the city. I mean, the rest of the city everywhere I went was really nice. I think they're really trying to clean it up, and you got staff that maintain the public areas.
Uh-huh.
But now I have to
Yeah.
try changing my time. I think, man, this 9 o'clock thing is starting to kick my butt.
Ain't it?
I don't even know if anybody else, because Robert's not going live regularly anymore. I don't know. I know that the Saturday crew that Selective Imagery that took over for
Hmm.
um, can't think of his name. Uh, that's 3 times today I've done that. But yeah, I know I see his pop in every now and then.
Yeah.
Sony Support has a live stream that I go in the chat with every once a month.
There's a there's a lady who's a wedding photographer, and she's big Sony, and and of course she really does some phenomenal work. But I mean, I don't know. She had one video she put up of, I guess she did two engagement sessions and a expected mother session kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's in New York though.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. I've been just trying to, I can usually get recording done, but man, to sit down to edit these days has been so hard for me to do. So I've got four videos filmed. I just got to sit down and edit them, And then the
Yeah,
fifth one, I'm still haven't filmed it really. Filmed part of it, but I haven't filmed the rest of it. And that's the really cinematic stuff and like setting up a camera shot and getting it all dialed and done. And it's just like I just don't have the energy after work anymore to do it. This
I
late night stuff for me is catching up to me. You know, I'll be 40 this month.
that's it.
That's it.
Wow, you are a youngin.
I am.
I did this last November. I hit 60, so
Yeah.
it's like, I,
Yeah. I'm getting there.
yeah.
But you know what they say is that uh, statistically speaking, the more birthdays you have, the longer you live.
They just kind of they go hand in hand, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be interesting. Be in my 40s finally, leaving the 30s behind.
Mm,
It's weird too because like I look back the last 20, well, we could say the last 20 years, I guess, from when I started, my real adult life. Uh, has been interesting because it's like how much I've seen and how much I've seen happen in that time, and I look back at how much time has passed in that time versus like I look back into the past before my time. Like
yeah.
so, like my dad had a video he put on his YouTube channel of a of them at Lake Powell, like a damn thumbs up thing, um, uh, uh, water skiing, and the video was from 60. Was it 63?
Hmm.
I'm gonna do this right here. I gotta do the math in my head. My mind is just fried from work. Um, it was 62. 19 it was 62? No, not 62. 60 oh 68. Yeah, 1968. And doing some math in my head, I'm like, that was just 16 years before I was born.
Wow.
And I'm like, looking back in the past, like 1968 seemed like a forever ago, and it's like it really wasn't that far away from the moment from where I entered this world, and I'm like, Jesus, I've seen so much happen more in that time than there was in between that time, just
Hmm.
you know,
What's your dad do for a living?
he's
Or she
retired
retired?
now, but he
Oh,
he
okay.
was in he was in hydraulics,
Oh wow.
and then he had video company on the side for a number of years. He made some trials videos and did stuff like that.
Hmm.
So that's where I got the bug for video and photography stuff. And he was pretty much done with photography by the time I was around. And he used to have some, I think, a Nikon F4.
Mm. I had
Um,
the I had three Nikon F4Ss. I love those cameras. Film cameras.
yeah, that was, and then but he got into digital photography, and in its
Yeah.
infancy, and but never got into anything like the modern stuff today. Roy says Frody is still in your prime. I'm 67 and trying to retire. No, I know. That's how it goes. I've officially started a diet this week because I've gained too much weight
Mm.
over the last winter. I've reached a new all time high for me, and I've got to stop. So, and I don't even seem like I have been like eating or overeating anything. It just seems like things have just slowed down, and I'm just gaining. So
Yeah.
I'm starting to
Yeah,
figure that out.
my stuff's starting to get a little tight too.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I'm back to 100% water this week, and just salads this week. Try to do a little purge of habit, I guess. But I've been traveling for work every week this last 2 months, I guess maybe.
Yeah.
Every once, well, we have 3 branches in our company, and I've been going to each one I work out of one, but the other two I've been going to once a week. One's just 30 minutes away. It's not a big deal. The other one's it's a round trip is about 300 miles.
Ooh.
So I would drive there in the morning, do the training I was doing for everybody, and then I'll turn around and come home. But yeah, that's gotten, I wouldn't say gotten old, but I was like, this week is the first week I don't have to do that. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'm talking to one of the techs down there today, and he goes, man, I need your help, working on a power unit, and we might need to sell one. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, so the plan was I was gonna have to wake up early and drive down there and meet him in the morning.
Ooh.
But he called last minute and said, hey, well, we're gonna wait a week or so. I'm like, okay, maybe I still have this week off. But yeah, I still have one F4 body. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was F4s my dad had, or an F4 my dad had. Like I said, it was well before my time of attention.
Yeah, they had titanium bodies, and you couldn't kill those goofy things.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been wanting just to buy some freaking film and start shooting my film camera, but just don't want to spend any more extra money on it right now.
Mm, I hear you.
I don't need any more hobbies or anything pick up to build my expenses.
Yeah.
Although
Does your wife
surprising,
work?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, she actually works with me at the same company.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, it's a nice arrangement. Yeah, we're sitting good. We're still building debt like crazy sometimes, but we pay
Mm,
it off when we have it.
yeah,
So
I hear you.
try to.
I
It's the
try to keep
dang.
as much debt free as I can.
What's killing us here is the dang house insurance and the taxes. Is just Texas just passed a tax easement on property tax, and you should have seen a significant cut in your taxes. Well, the local school board went in and got this freaking $1 billion grant passed. That
And of course, you got to
basically
pay for that.
it equals out. So even though I got a tax break, now I'm still paying the exact same because I got to pay for the school grant. And what really ticked me off about it was only like, this community is 100,000, and I'm all hands down. It needs schools, it needs work, it needs teachers, it's just way overwhelmed. But that
Hmm.
being said, uh, I don't mind the schools building all this new stuff and new infrastructure and doing everything. It's just the fact that I know that the contractors and everybody's just crooked as hell going into all these things, wasting the money,
Oh yeah.
lining pockets with it rather than actually help and benefit anybody with it. But but yeah, what really ticked me off was it lost. Okay, with 100,000 population on that vote, I went down and waited in line to vote for this one because I did not want it. And the community turned it down the last in the last election. They turned it down, which I thought would be a duplicate for this time because the school had the the board had already bought the property for a new school before they had the money funded in a vote, and then the community shut it down. So they were floating this property, and then of course this one comes along, and it's going to supposed to build a new high school, new junior high, a bunch of new facilities, just money that, yeah, I agree that it needs to be spent, but the bigger problem is as a resident in this area, because of the oil country,
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuck with the tax bill, and a lot of the companies that are bringing in employees in droves are who are family oriented, or people that are actually, say in a company that are bringing in the the children that would go to this school. They're not paying local taxes. They're paying they live out of town, or they have homes out of town, or they're living in, out of man camps, or they have little RVs that they're renting where they're not really paying say a fair due of taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure it's nothing new for anybody, but it's been annoying me because this area is just like that. We don't get the tax funding from the federal side or the state side because the per capita is so small, but yet the population is so much larger because of the fact that there are so many more people here for work and consuming the resources of the town and utilizing the town and the roads and all that, but aren't really here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the thing that sucked about the school grant passing was it was opposed was 2,700 people and for was 3,300 people, or something ridiculous like that, and 100,000 people. Yeah, it's like, oh, if more people came out and voted, it wouldn't be so bad. But none of it, just it passed on such a small margin, just because it's not that many people actually bothered to come out and vote, really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Racist film is for Marsha Massachusetts. I'm gonna butcher that. What's that say? Marsha Schiss.
I have no idea. Maybe it's a special kind of kangaroo.
Oh yeah, there we go. Marsupials.
Marsup. That's what. Well, hmm.
I know the word he's trying. I want either I don't know how to read it, or I've never seen the word spelled and know how to say it. You know what? There's a computer in front of me, and it's got a thing called Google on it. All right.
Oh, what?
Okay. All right. Here's the. Okay. He says that the mission is the opposite of a sadist, enjoys suffering. Okay. Here's the Google definition of it.
Masochist?
Masochist. A person who derives sexual gratification from their own pain or humiliation.
In that
All
case, I must beat myself up. In that case, I must be beating myself up a lot.
right. Oh, jeez.
Now, tomorrow I gotta get all my strobes charged. I gotta already make sure the background. I'm supposed to get I don't know if you've seen those. They're like bars that you can run across light stands that you put you clip your backgrounds to and stuff. Well,
Right.
I
Yeah.
have 3 right now, but the one I got now goes 12 foot wide.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, cool! I'll pick up another one. They're on sale. So I order it. It was supposed to be here today, and guess what? It's not here.
It's not
So
there.
anyway, they're saying now it's tomorrow. Tomorrow morning they're gonna deliver it. But I'm like, it's getting to the point where Amazon's like not really. Uh, they tell you it's gonna be by this time, and it's you know it don't happen. You know,
Did they?
I,
what's crazy to me about Amazon, and this does, of course, doesn't solve your situation, is
Yeah,
that they'll ship something red the day before it's supposed to be here instead of shipping it 2 days before.
I know. I don't get that.
I don't get that one. Like, what? Okay, where in the supply chain is this happening at? That makes sense.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure
Um,
they're shipping. I'm sure they're shipping boxes on UPS on pennies on the dollar compared to what it costs me to ship something out.
Ain't it?
But yeah,
And have you seen those trucks that they have now? They're all battery.
I've seen a couple of them. They're not local to here,
Oh,
but
that's all we have now.
oh yeah,
And you'll be sitting there like you'll see it pulled up, and you're "Woo, woo," like a little woo, and it stops. And you're like, man, where's the engine sound? He goes, yeah, I know.
yeah. Uh, Here they've got like the Ford Transit vans, some Sprinter vans, stuff like that. But
Mhm.
that's what they're running out here.
Yeah,
But what's crazy about here even and was it UPS also? I think UPS does it during the holidays. That they contract out to whoever is available to deliver stuff.
yeah,
And I've had a truck, like a 3/4 ton or 1 ton truck in the neighborhood with no like shell or anything, just a bed of stuff, and it's just full of boxes, and a guy in a yellow vest delivering stuff
huh?
coming UPS.
Wow.
Oh, amen to this. At least Amazon isn't FedEx. The FedEx driver just chucks the package down the driveway. FedEx is a bunch of crooks. We avoid them like the plague here, and the reason why is in my company we deal with a lot of freight packaging. Heavy items, heavy stuff coming on pallets,
Uh huh.
and out of nowhere, other than I think just pure greed, and the VP of my company went as far as getting a hold of the VP of FedEx over it. Um, they're putting a $400 adder per pallet coming into the zip code areas in my area.
Ew.
So if something was $200 to ship before, it's now $600 just because it showed up here.
Mm.
Yet, if I ship it to my branch out of this area, the far away one, I pay the $200 or less going there, and it's got to go further if it doesn't hub through my town and then go out to down there. They're putting this adder on just strictly because all these companies, these big business companies like here, they're all the stuff out here is heavy and big, and they just assume they just do it. But yet they're making all these extra money, yet they're still shorthanded. They don't have the manpower to have the drivers and all that. Um, Another situation we've had happen twice now with at our company, not at well, is a delivery driver coming to our company, and it's not FedEx. Um, I won't say the company name because I can't remember it, but I know the truck if I saw it. But it's a freight company. But we've had a vendor that uses them to ship us supplies, and they say that, hey, did you take too long to unload this guy at your yard? Because they're saying they're putting $150 extra charge on because of wait time at our yard to unload them. And we're like, no, we unload within 10 minutes. We're a small place. We have one freight. We have maybe throughout a day at a busy freight day, maybe five at the most freight companies will come in to deliver. And we have a dedicated shipping and receiving person. So when they pull in the yard, they're there on the forklift unloading them. I mean, it's rarely do they show up at the same time and they have to wait an extra 10 minutes. But they're saying this guy's waiting an hour and a half or longer in our yard for an unload. And yet we've got security footage showing less than 5 minutes on both occasions. And what we know what's happening is the driver's, leaving our lot, going down to the truck stop down the street and taking a nap for a couple hours or hanging out down there for a couple hours. And then he's coming back on his company, telling him that his time was lost was waiting at our yard.
Wow.
And I've always been curious because we're not the ones shipping it, so we don't have any power of authority to go in and complain. It has to be the vendor. So we've always told the vendors, we've got security footage. Here's the time he pulled in. Here's the time he pulled out. This is what happened. Let us know if you need the footage. And we never heard back on both occasions whether or not they've had to pay that fee, because they pass that along to us, and we say no, we're not paying it because we have footage saying otherwise. So I've never heard if they've been able to go back to that company, but it's that same driver. We're going to ban them from our yard.
Mm.
That's crazy.
Well, dude, I think I'm gonna hit the sack.
Yeah, we're at about an hour here. That's about all I was going to give it tonight. I got to edit.
I just got too much stuff to do. Kind of sucks, but doesn't suck. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, before you go, I haven't watched Halo yet, but I'm about to.
I watched like I don't know. It's kind of. I'm going to describe it right now. It's kind of slow peaking.
The
You know what I
second
mean?
the second season.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I just finished. That's the reason why I haven't been editing too. Is I finished Tulsa Kings, where I watched the first season of that.
What first season? What?
Tulsa King.
Oh,
The
it came
the
out at
one.
number 2 now.
No, just the first season.
Oh, okay.
And then because I was watching so many commercials in that, I was like, well, screw this. I'm going to go ahead and buy the premiere package of Paramount. So now I don't have the commercials. But that
Yeah.
gave me Showtime with Dexter, the New Blood.
Uh-oh.
So I just finished watching Dexter New Blood. And which was good. If you watch the original Dexter, it was a good wrap up season. And it won't go any further, but it's just a good wrap up what all happened. And then what was
Did you see the second season of Reacher? That's on.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I watched that one. And then I finished watching or no, I didn't finish it. I've fallen asleep twice trying to watch it, but it's been late. Lioness.
Which one's that?
That's the one with Zoe, what's her name from Star Trek, that plays Uhura.
Oh, okay. I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like this military operative.
Hmm.
The show's been kind of, I would say, it's kind of like what you described, kind of slow, but and
Gradually climbing. Yeah.
yeah. So like I said, I've fallen asleep twice trying to watch
I
that
wish
show.
they'd
So
hurry up and come out with that Star Trek Strange New World, the second or third season, whatever it is. I don't know.
it'll be a third season on that one, and then we've got. I've heard something about confirmation of starting to begin filming on another Star Trek movie.
The
And then somebody told me that the third season of Mandalorian is gonna be a movie.
oh.
So, anyways,
I mean, Disney's like, I don't know what's going on with Disney. It just seems like they've just kind of gotten crazy, you know?
yeah, it's watch too many of the shows and you'll need therapy. Royce says.
Either we'll just go watch too much Reacher. I think you just go buy a bunch of guns, you know?
Yep. So, yeah, I'll see if it. See what the next show is going to be, but I'll probably finish this Lioness, and then I don't know what I'm going to move. I'll probably move on to Halo after that.
Yeah. Because the first season of Halo was awesome,
Okay.
you know? And
Yeah,
then
maybe.
the second one's kind of like a, you
Yeah.
know, I don't know. I almost feel like this one's going to be kind of the second season, which will kind of be a builder for their third season, you know? I didn't realize Spielberg's a
Right.
producer though.
Oh
You know?
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
The did you watch I know you probably did. Dude, no, I swear my mind is shot. I need to sleep probably. Not Rogue One from Star Wars, but the series before it. The what do you call it? Jesus. The one with what is it called? The series before Rogue One. Andor.
Andor. Yeah, I think I did. I don't know. They all after a while they all start blending together.
Yeah. But a lot of people said Andor was really slow, and it was very slow moving. But the storyline they built into it,
Hmm.
and what's been going on in these little spots of the, I was blown away by that show. I thought it was really really good, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But yeah, oh Roy, you got nothing to worry about. He's just not joining 3 cameras and 2 computers all tied up. Yeah, not to worry. Yeah. Well, I think we'll call that a night right there. It's an hour. I got editing
Me
to do
too.
too.
All right.
Start getting into that.
Maybe see you next Monday.
Yeah, I'll see what happens. I never know with me now.
I know. I hear you. Same here.
All right, you have a good night, sir.
All right. Later. Have fun. Bye.
Bye. Bye. With that, guys, that'll be a quick live tonight. I'm gonna stop it there. So, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for coming in, Cooley and Roy, and we'll see you on the next one. I got some content I'm trying to work on, get out, do what I can. So, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a good night.